been able to talk without being muted and dropped. That is a fact. It's a recorded fact. No one ever lets me talk.
Do you hear the tone of your voice right now? Because you're like whining and it's really annoying.
Are you not going to listen? Are you not going to just let a person talk?
Maybe if you can talk, if you can talk in a civil manner, then I'll talk in a civil manner. But like
says the people that continue to mute me, accuse me, and not allow me to
interrupting people. Yes, we will mute you.
Chicana.
Hey, I'm the only mod.
I think they're just.
I'm the only mod up here. I'm the only mod up here.
Okay, well then why don't you do Showtime and allow us to say uninterrupted things to defend ourselves?
The only person that's
I think they're just using us for numbers.
The only person that's interrupting you is your own man, dumbass.
Can you do that, Poppy? Brother Poppy, do a Showtime and let them each get a minute or two.
I think they're just using us for numbers.
I appreciate that. No, I want to. It's
well,
not. I'm not
you know what?
My name for them, Chicano.
Let me mute everybody. Hold on 1 second. I want to address that, Chicano.
What's up?
What do you mean? I mean, for real, seriously. I want to address that. And let's meet. I want to have a conversation with you about that. What do you mean? What do you mean? Use you for numbers.
It's perfectly set out perfectly. Using me for numbers, using us for numbers. I mean, what part don't you understand?
Because why not have a conversation with us where we can talk?
What type of numbers? What do you mean?
Nobody told y'all to come here, though.
Using us for numbers.
What do you mean?
Can I say something? You keep addressing him, but I'm the one that keeps getting attacked. So can I say something, please?
Can you hold on one at a time? He made a comment. Hold on.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Oh, my God. Hold on. He made a comment. So a moderator and the host wanted him to clarify that's what we're doing. Okay?
I mean, what part don't you understand?
I mean, what type of numbers?
Who needs you for numbers, bro?
Are you talking about a voting block?
He's not talking about you, the host. He's not talking about the host.
Obviously, you don't need me for numbers then, right? So what are you bugging me for?
Right. So why would you say something wild?
Oh my God! They will avoid this conversation at all costs. Can we just defend ourselves? The conversation that needs to be had about defamation of character. Unless
listen. If you're going to be serious, hold on. If you're going to be serious, we can have a serious conversation. You crying about defamation of character, ma'am, I work with the legal system, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So please stop. Please stop with talking about terms that you... Oh, my God. Stop talking about terms you don't understand. Okay?
Don't tell me what I understand. Do not tell me that. I
definitely will.
You accusing us of being racist and anti-Black is defamation of character.
No, it's not.
Hold on.
Yes, it is. She's saying that we said things that we did not say.
Hold on.
I want a chance to defend myself. If you're going to give me that chance like a civilized person, then do Showtime so I'm not interrupted.
Okay, go ahead. You got it.
Is like nails
she's gonna continue to talk. Do Showtime so they can't interrupt me.
Go for it. But your voice is like nails on a fucking chalkboard. It's very annoying.
Yeah.
Calm thyself, Iago.
You got it?
Or how about this? How about I invite you guys to my live and no one will do this to you guys?
No, go ahead.
I don't go with the chicken chanclas.
Every time I talk, she starts talking. Is this like, are you having a mental health crisis?
You made a proposal and I declined.
My panel and my group is above an apology if they're wrong. But I believe that civil discord is due here. Like what's really going on? I don't know this girl. I've only had one interaction with Chapas, only one. Now, I will say this. A year ago, less than a year ago, my husband had a whole fake account made about him where it was going around saying he was the chief of the Apache, he was gay, dancing in the moonlight, just wreaking havoc with his name, his profile picture. We reported it. All of our friends reported it. It became a joke. Like he literally was going around saying that. I assumed that person said something to Chapas in the comments. So I was like, maybe she thinks that it was Chicano. Let me finish. Okay, I'll let you finish, Chapas. Just let me finish, okay? I am telling you, unless she can come with a recording. My husband doesn't talk like that. He doesn't use that word. We don't use that word. We have Black family members. We have people that are allies and brothers and sisters to us in our movement that are African American. So to put that label on people without allowing them to defend themselves is so wrong. It's so fundamentally wrong. Nobody in here knows us. No one in here has had a conversation with us. You don't know what we do in our personal lives, our professional lives, what activism roles we play in our community. You don't know anything about us. You simply slap a label on us because somebody rubbed you the wrong way. And then look, here we are. Here we are. Like, I don't know these ladies. I don't know them at all. At all. They don't know me.
Yet you have me blocked. So what, can I ask a question?
You want me to tell you why I have you blocked now that I remember and somebody
now you remember.
Me?
Sure, go for it.
Because I was in a panel where a bunch of people on like this were talking shit to me. I didn't even know the people on the panel because of something you think my husband said. I get drugged. So no. I don't know you.
I had a negative interaction with you.
I have never had a conversation with you.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
I had a conversation with you when I was driving, and you talk shit because I didn't say your name the way you wanted me to say your name.
Hold on, let me get Eddie. Let me get Eddie, because this is going to be interesting.
That's the only conversation I've had with you, Carolina. That's the only conversation I've had with you. Other than that, I didn't know who the fuck you were.
Okay, can I talk now? Because this has been annoying.
Hold on 1 second, Carolina.
You're so disrespectful, and you're a public figure, and look how disrespectful you are. Do you know who I know? Do you know what people I know that could touch your career? You don't.
Hold on.
I promise you I'm not scared of any losers,
so let's have a conversation where I'm not a loser because you don't know me.
Okay. I don't care about any of your loser friends. I'm just going to let you know that right now.
Ladies.
I'm somebody in my own right. Nobody can affect me.
Well, ladies, hold on one moment. Let me just preface this with what I got to say.
This is shameful.
So hold on 1 second, indigenous. So I want to do something, and I call it in the spirit of unity, laying down the gauntlet. Now, I can't do that with people who really not sincere. And I'm speaking from my own personal experience, with you and your husband, particularly your husband. I mean, my interactions with you have been civil, and it hasn't been one of contention as far as, in all honesty. But with your husband, I do sense a lot of anti-Blackness in truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat that at all.
Well, let's not sugarcoat it, because I sense a lot of
hold on 1 second.
anti-indigenous.
I'm going to let you speak. You can respond.
I sense a lot of anti-indigenous, man.
Let me finish.
Not indigenous.
Let me finish.
See, okay, can I address something really quick? Who is she to tell him what he is? That's insane to me. She doesn't know him, his family, his grandparents, she doesn't know any of that. We're not telling her what she is. We're not telling her anything about her.
Okay, well,
who are you to tell him who he is?
Indigenous Chicana.
Let's get going.
Indigenous Chicana.
Do this late.
Indigenous
Chicana. Saying I'm anti-Black.
And hold on.
But I'm not anti-Black.
Well, dear brother, I'm just telling. Hold on 1 second, Chicana.
Godson, answer me this, Godson.
Chicana, hold on 1 second.
When was the last time you called somebody a wetback?
Okay.
I've never called. Hold on, wait, hold on.
Quit lying.
Hold on 1 second, Chopper.
Stop lying.
Hold on, Chopper.
Stop lying.
As God is my
You're
witness.
You're gonna sit here and tell me that you've never done anything anti.
Never.
I'm lying on your ass, man.
No.
You're a liar.
No.
You've never done nothing like that.
Never.
Come on, brother. I'm telling you. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you.
You say you're from the streets and all this shit, and you've never done nothing like that?
No, never.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
See what I've noticed.
I heard you call somebody a wetback.
Can I go ahead?
I heard it.
Hold on.
It doesn't feel good, huh? It doesn't feel good when motherfuckers are saying you did something, but you didn't. I heard you say it. I heard you call somebody a wetback.
Calm down. You're spinning.
You see? See how easy this was?
You're not even
You see how easy it is?
You're from Mexico.
I heard.
Have some class. Have some class.
I heard how you guys call us
act like you're
wetback.
from Mexico.
I heard it.
Stupid ass man, shut up.
Hold on.
You're anti-indigenous. You're anti-Mexican. You're an anti-Mexican, man.
Hold on. Let me hold on.
No. You're anti-Mexican, man.
Chopper, let me.
Anti-Mexican.
Because I'm Mexican.
I heard you say. I heard Carolina. I heard.
No,
Johnny
you're not.
I heard all
Do you
of them say
hear
that
this?
we're wetbacks.
Wait,
I heard
stop,
it.
please,
Wait,
please,
wait,
guys. I've been waiting. I've been waiting. I've been waiting, please.
Can you get him off the? Can you please mute him? Okay, I'm gonna say so. I'm gonna
see how it
Please,
feels.
because I've been waiting my turn also.
Hold on, Carolina. Let me address that. I've never used that terminology to refer to anybody.
What he's trying to insinuate is that associating something that he didn't say that everyone keeps saying that he did. What we're using is actual things that he is saying. He talks about the Black conquistador. And even with Scars of Life showing, when you look that up, you're referring to a slave. So whatever machination from your perspective, and you're not trying to hear that understanding, that is the anti-Black part. Not that you use the N-word or not that you use my epic. That's not what we're saying. We're using exactly what you say.
Exactly.
So trying to make it seem like, oh, you said something, but I'm just saying you saying it because everyone. That's not what we're saying,
Brother
Because we're
Poppy.
not saying anything that you hadn't already said yourself.
Brother
that
Poppy.
You are in the.
We've had hours-long conversations on the phone. Have I ever used any language like that to refer?
Never use that language around me, knowing full on well that I am born in Mexico.
But I wouldn't do that because it's just not my nature. I'm not on that caveman shit.
Man, we are scholars, man.
Okay, but Sister Carolina wanted to say something. I'm sorry.
Hey, Carolina,
go ahead.
Thank you. So one thing I want to know is that both of them do this. So they're supposedly Chicano, right? You're able to pronounce the word Chicano. You're able to pronounce a lot of these words that are Spanish, yet you continue, both of you, to call me Carolina, which is what white people do because they intentionally disrespect my name, which is Spanish. So, like, for you to say anybody called anybody a wetback, you're not even connected to being Mexican, so why would you even care, first of all? Because you can't even pronounce a Mexican name correctly. But whatever, I digress, right? So here's the deal. I do get to have a say in indigeneity because I'm an indigenous woman. I'm not only an indigenous woman who's enrolled and connected and raised in my culture, I'm an indigenous scholar. So I know what the terminology indigenous means. I know the context behind it. I know who gets to call themselves indigenous and who doesn't, because it's something I've actually studied. So no, you are not claimed by a community. You're not connected to any community. You have appropriated identities that don't belong to you. So I can confidently say that you're not indigenous. Are you racially native? Probably. I don't know. Probably. Most likely. You're brown, right? Buck. I don't know. That's not the arbiter. That's not the determining factor, but I'll give it to you. That doesn't make you indigenous. It doesn't give you a right to be in indigenous spaces. How about you work on decolonizing that Americanized nationalist mindset that you have first? Because you guys want to be Chicano, but you don't want to be Mexican. Right? You don't want to be Mexican. You want to get mad about people being called wetbacks, but you don't want to be Mexican. You don't want to speak Spanish. You don't want to be connected to the community. You don't want to do anything for our immigrant people. You want to be a nationalist. So before you get to be indigenous, you need to deconstruct that American exceptionalist mentality that you have before you can even think about connecting to an indigenous community. And I know Chapa co-signing on everything because Chapa has experienced this. Now, what I will say is, and after I get done, Chapa can talk to this specifically because I know that you called her those names. So you are by definition anti-Black. You are by definition anti-Black for calling an Afro-Indigenous woman a mayate. I'm sorry, period. There's no way outside of that. We heard you. I also heard you because you want to be like, my husband there was a fake account. Was it the fake account who was going around saying that Chicano should be a federally recognized? I don't know who you were. Hold please. Was it the fake account going around saying that Chicano should be a federally recognized tribe?
That's what I was going to say. Hold on. Before you say anything else,
Go ahead.
Godson, can you bring up Eddie, please? Eddie,
Oh, yeah.
Can you? Hold on. Let me see if he's
Eddie's
still in
actually
here.
Yaqui.
Yeah, can you bring up Eddie, please? Because Eddie will tell you how these motherfuckers are anti-indigenous, too, because they want to try to create their own fucking tribe. Chicanismo. Let me see if Eddie's still in here.
Yeah. Hey, Dean.
Well, the moderator's handling that, so I'll let him.
This is Eddie right here, and this is exactly. And I'll go to this next.
But as Brother Poppy I don't really need anybody to validate my own personal interactions with them and that's a conversation I've had in private with brother Asar, and he knows. I gave him, my perspective, and I feel like they do have, well, particularly her husband.
Yeah.
He has that kernel of anti-Blackness, and that's something I can't rock with. And when I try
not only that, but not only that, you guys, can I say real quick, not only that, right? If a hit dog will holler, right? So recently, Chapa and I got accused by a moron, by somebody who shouldn't be walking. Anyway, let me leave that alone. They were like, oh my God, they were being anti-Black for doing trivia questions. It was stupid. You know why we didn't react? Because there's no truth to it. And nobody who has any fucking sense would even agree to that. So I was like, okay, cool, you're an idiot. When you respond the way you do, you are telling on yourselves. You're telling on yourselves. It's been repeated. And for her to sit there and continue for the third time to say she doesn't know who I am. Girl, it's cute that you don't want to admit you're a fan. But if you want an autograph, just hit the inbox. Oh, you already did hit the inbox. I forgot and admitted that you remembered who I was. Continue.
But, can you possibly see, if they came correct, a possible reconciliation?
No. I can always accept thank you for admitting accountability, but keep it pushing. I don't associate with anti-Black people. And I don't think that they're even prepared to unpack that.
Once you say that I'm not Mexican and you call me a pinche mayate, I'm done. Once you go there, I'm done. Just like once a Black person calls me a fucking mongoloid or a fucking mutt, I'm done.
Right.
Everything, all the gloves are fucking off. Every time I see you, it's on sight.
What's popping?
I just want to know why I'm being told that I called you anti-Black and I hadn't said a word. I barely even got on this panel. I've been sitting in the chat. I want to know where I called you anti-Black.
No, but even in the DMs when I was telling you, I was like, is this what you said? Because I ain't never been anti-Black. I'm Black myself.
Carolina, when I called you and asked you what the hell was going on in those messages, did I say that she was being anti-Black in the messages?
No, ma'am.
So if you didn't say it, where are we getting from? Because I never even interacted with
I don't know.
Carolina.
Why don't you ask Carolina?
I never
Instead of
interacted with
pointing
Carolina.
the finger and blaming, because I'm asking you
You're
what the hell is going on. That shit is wild to me.
You're the only interloper that I know. I never spoke to Carolina.
How am I?
Comments. You have no idea what I go through. I don't.
The what comment?
The ableist comments. I don't appreciate it. Ableist. You don't know what ableist is?
No, that's not what that is. Stop.
Yes, that is.
Hold on, can somebody
How the fuck am I anti-Black?
Hold on 1 second. Can somebody give me a backdrop to that story? And you know what, Isaiah, I'm gonna put you in the comments just for a second, dear brother.
Where's Fendi? Can we get Fendi?
I want to bring up Carlito.
Okay. Let's bring up a real Taino person who is connected to their Taino culture. I'll be right back.
Yeah, get Fendi.
Right here.
Cat, I don't have a fucking problem with Cat.
It's 7:30. So again, I told you when you initially messaged me, no one has said shit about him. I don't even know what's going on because I don't talk to them. I told you that repetitively. So when I asked Carolina what is going on, why would I sit here and tell her you're anti-Black when I was asking her about what you're talking about? Because I have no clue. I don't know what you're talking about. I told you that repetitively. I don't know these people. I don't know. I don't even know what's going on for you to be inboxing me some shit talking about FYI. I've been in the chat. Scroll up the chat. I literally said in the chat, what is going on? Because I don't even know. When I came in here, I still didn't know what was going on. So for you to sit here, and I've been in here the whole time, and say that I told Carolina to call you anti-Black is insane.
I didn't say that. I literally said, am I misunderstanding this? Because clearly. Carolina said, oh, Cat, look, Natives Only is here. And then she was like, oh, and mind you, Natives Only is also anti-Black.
Instead of asking her.
Because I know you. I don't know Carolina.
Here's another example right there of him being anti-Black. You do not refer to Black people as Blacks. What the fuck is wrong with you, and what century are you living in, my guy? You don't say that.
I love how Blacks are telling my sister what she does with no indigenous on the panel back.
I'm indigenous. Cat's indigenous. Choppa's indigenous.
What are you talking about, bro?
I don't need to be back because I'm.
Let's not play.
I wish I could
literally not play while I'm literally been sitting all day, been out with my shit on. Let's not even play,
from her community enrolled.
Let's not play.
Oh, Fendi. Is anybody able to drop for Fendi for like a second? Or so can you swap out for him for a minute?
But you should have just asked her, Natives. It's accosting me as if I've done something to you.
Hold on one second.
I don't give nobody shit. I don't even know what's going on. That's why I'm asking everybody. Like, what the hell is going on constantly?
But yeah, but Chicano Strange is literally like sitting there, no indigenous on the panel. I am an enrolled tribal member. Choppa is an enrolled tribal member. Daisy is an enrolled tribal member. Edward, like, what is wrong with you? We are all tribally connected. You don't even have a community. Neither of y'all.
I want brother Carlito. What's good, there, brother?
Like, why is this even happening? I shouldn't even have to say anything rude or disrespectful or be on a panel angry. I shouldn't even have to be like that. Instead of you just asking Carolina, who is clearly right here, why did you call me that? She said that on her own free will. I didn't have anything to do with it. I'm sitting in here talking in chat. Wasn't even on panel.
Ladies, Cat and Natives only. I don't know if you all can communicate with each other.
But that's why I was talking to
hold on one
back
second.
channel because I know Cat. I've been on a lot of lives with Cat. She's a very respectful person. That's why I was confused.
Hold on one second. If you all can communicate with each other privately, kind of iron that out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I don't, like I said.
You know what I'm saying? I really will appreciate that.
Absolutely.
No, I just didn't understand. That's why I always kept it with Cat. I don't know Carolina.
But
I don't remember being on a live with her. That's why I don't know what she's talking about.
But I can't answer for other people when Caro is right here.
Listen, I understand, but the reason why I came to you is because you know Caro.
Yeah, but I didn't know Caro was going to say that.
So wait a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why?
Hold on. If you don't know me, if you don't know me, why are you sending my friend videos that were made about me and Chola calling out an anti-Black person and saying FYI and acting like we were the problem? But you don't know me?
No, I don't know you. I don't.
But you knew me enough to message my friend about me.
Yeah, because you know each other. I don't fucking know you.
Oh, so you know of me.
But can't you all get to know each other instead of
Nah, I'm not fucking with her.
She be in those spaces with all the other anti-Black motherfuckers.
No, I don't.
I'm not fucking with her.
But Native,
I don't know
but you were coming after a Black Cherokee dude just the other day, and I had to check you.
First of all,
don't let me bring no pseudo in here. Don't let me bring no pseudo in here.
Me and him are friends. Go ahead. One thing that I said, and one thing that I will say too, is that we should not be talking about other tribes if they're not in here. That's all I said. Is that not what I said, Daisy? Is that not what I said?
Don't let me bring no pseudo in here when you was talking shit, and I had to check you, and you code switched on him, so he couldn't be in the part of the conversation.
Let me tell you something.
Hold on one second.
You don't have to check. You ain't gonna fucking check goddamn fucking thing because you can't beat a bitch's ass. So you ain't gonna check shit, bitch. And you never check me. And you can't bring no pseudo in here. Me and him are fucking friends. And he'll tell you straight up that when I said we should not be talking about other... No me voy a calmar cuando esta pendeja está hablando puro pinche mierda y está echando mentiras en mi pinche nombre. So ella tiene que callar su pinche boca la puta.
Are you lying on her name?
Wait, was that when we were on the panel?
Do that. See, let them talk. You ain't got that.
Let's see when no pseudo shows up. How much shit you talk then?
Go ahead. I'm gonna continue.
He's our friend.
Not one
he's our friend.
That's why I had to check your ass, right? Because how anti-Black you got.
Hold on, ladies.
He's Black.
Ladies, okay, hold on.
You can't check
ladies,
shit.
hold on for a minute.
You have once not ever turned on your fucking camera to see if you are Black. Turn on your fucking camera.
Real quick.
I am Black and Native. I don't have to do fucking shit to you, Choppa. Because Ohifika already told me that you are fucking...
Turn on your camera.
Brother Carlito, what's good?
Stupid.
Has she ever shown her face? Black and not pro-Native because I have Black children. So go fuck yourself, ho.
When did he ever say this? Because I wasn't fucking there. If he said then I...
Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Can we please have some respect?
Again, what my experience, it was like 3 or 4 months ago. Some dude named Mono and another one named Manny. They asked me what I was. I said I'm Afro Native. They fucking jumped on me in 2 seconds. Oh, you a wabo, you a pretendian, you this and that. It was crazy. And it was Mateo that checked them. That's my experience.
Because he broke up with his boyfriends. That's it.
This was like 4 months ago.
They did it together.
Hold on,
this
everybody.
was like 4 fucking...
Hold on, everybody. Hold on for a second. So I'm familiar with Mateo. Not actually, I was speaking to Brother Poppy about this. So, this is my point of contention with that dude. And I haven't been back to his live